What's up, plant lovers? So it's the last week of spring. The buds on my roses are swelling up. That means it is our time to prune our roses back for a lovely display of flowers in the summertime. So let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is look for dead wood, and we're going to cut away any sort of dead woody material. Now I'm using old winter gloves. These tend to do a pretty good job protecting us from all of these thorns. So you can see this right here, this is dead compared to this guy over here, which has buds. No buds on this, it's browned. So we're gonna take our nice sharp shears and we're going to just cut it off. Now you really wanna make sure you have good shears. I use Felco. If you're looking for some good ones, check the description below and you can find links to these ones, which I think are the best. Next, we're gonna target any stems that are about thinner than a pencil. So you can see this guy, super thin. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this. You can see this guy right here, also very thin. We will remove him. And we will continue to remove all of these small stems. Now the reason we want to remove all those small stems is because ultimately we want to create a nice sturdy foundation with between 5 and 10 canes emanating from the ground. Canes are what we call the rose stems, and we want them to be strong and thick so that they can hold up all of the flowers that we're going to get. All that small growth, it's not going to be able to hold up the weight of a flower as they start to bloom. So we'll continue to remove anything like that. Now, as you can see, I'm focusing on all of the lower growth right now because eventually, once we have it a little bit more cleaned up, we're gonna determine a subjective height that we wanna start, or basically create that foundation, probably somewhere, around here. So anything above there, we're gonna eventually just chop off altogether. So focus your energies on the lower sections for now. So what we want to do is to really encourage this vase-like shape. That's going to create a lot of airflow in the center of our plants, and it's also going to just help it to look a lot neater and healthier as it grows and gets bushier throughout the growing season. So now that it's kind of a little bit more cleaned up, we're going to choose a subjective height like I was mentioning, and then we're going to travel down those stems and look for buds that face outwards. So here you can see along this stem, I want to cut around this area right here. Now, if I were to cut it above this little bud right here, the growth is going to go inwards, and I don't want the growth to go inwards. I want the growth to go outwards. So what I want to do, I want to find a bud that faces in the direction of the growth I want it to grow, and then I'm going to cut just above that bud. So here's a good opportunity. You see that bud there? I'm going to take my sharp shears and I'm going to try to cut it at a 45-degree angle just above that bud. That's going to keep any water from sitting on that stem, and it's going to keep it from rotting. I'm going to take my shears and chop just like that, just above that bud. And now as it grows, it's going to grow outwards, creating that nice vase-like shape like I was mentioning. And so now I'm just going to go around the entire plant along the exterior and find outward facing buds. So what you can do is you can leave some a little bit higher, make some a little bit on the outside a little bit lower, and that's going to create a nice shrubby look. And if you are finding some more small growth like this, you can continue to cut it right out. Now, the best thing about these modern hybrid shrub roses is that they are super resilient. So if you do have any miscuts where you think you may have caused excess damage, don't worry. They're very resilient. They will grow back and they will overcome any miscuts by the end of the growing season. So rest assured, your plants will be A-okay. Now what's nice is as you do this, what's naturally going to happen if you have stems that are crossing, you're going to definitely cut those out. You don't want stems to be crossing, and you also don't want growth going inward. So that should generally happen naturally as you are removing a lot of that smaller growth. Now I'm going slow, of course, because I'm filming, but this little rose garden with 7 roses, I spent about 10, maybe 15 minutes tops per plant, just generally inspecting and pruning. So as you can see, I was making some initial cuts, and then as I was reviewing it, I really want to get it a little bit shorter so that it's only about 18 inches tall, so the foundation is really strong. These plants will get at least 4 feet tall throughout the growing season. So if I were to leave it at like 2.5 feet, eventually it would get a little bit too top heavy with all of the flower buds that it's going to produce. But as you can see, it's a nice and open foundation. If I were to count them, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 10 or 12 strong stems here, and that is perfect. That's about what you want. Any more than that, it's going to get a little bit, it's going to be a little bit too bulky. So as these continue to grow, all of these pre-existing stems will continue to get stronger and sturdier. And as a point of reference, these plants are in their 4th season now. So if your plants are in their 1st or 2nd season, you generally don't need to prune at all. You want to wait, give them some time to thicken up, strengthen up before you start doing the pruning. So it's been about a month since we pruned them back. Let's take a look to see how things are progressing. As you can see, it is all flushing out really nicely. And basically everywhere where we prune back, you have growth coming out. You can see, gorgeous. If you do find some other sections like this, which are just dead wood, you can go ahead and cut that back, cut that out right now too. Just get rid of it. And sometimes that happens where you prune it back like I did right here and here, and nothing really happened. So I'm gonna cut it back and get rid of that little section. Keep them nice and clean. And I'm starting to get some weeds in here, so I got to get on top of it. This is also a good opportunity to put a nice layer of mulch around our plants, and that will help to really keep them cool as the weather starts to warm up. And whenever it rains, that mulch will help to really lock in that moisture as well. So I got some work to do. I'll catch you guys soon. You should always stop and smell the roses. I know for me, the fragrance of a rose, one of my favorites. And as you can see, the plants are starting to bloom absolutely beautifully. The season has just gotten started. These all opened up over the last week or so, and I'm pretty thrilled at how they're looking. The plants are lustrous, they are full of flower buds, so I should be prepared for a lovely long season of flowers this summertime. Now at this point, once they get going, there's really a couple things that you can do to really maintain their health throughout the season. One of the essential things to do for plants that will be producing flowers all season is to remove those old flowers. Simply take your shears, travel down the stem where it meets, and just snip them off just like that. And this is important to do repeatedly, maybe once a week. And while we did fertilize them at the beginning of the season when we prune them back, it's a great opportunity to add a second application of a slow release fertilizer like this Osmocote. This is gonna give it continued nutrition throughout the growing season. So I'll do it now, and then I'll probably do it one more time later on, kind of in the middle of summertime or towards the end of summertime. And that's about all that we need to do to ensure that our plants are going to maintain their health and vigor throughout the growing season. And keeping them free of any weeds is also going to help support their best growth possible. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video all about growing our roses from start to bloom. They're an awesome plant to grow with just a few little techniques that once you've done it a couple seasons, it is really a cinch to do. And the rewards of growing some of these roses will be prolonged flowering throughout the garden season from one year to the next. If you do have any other further questions or comments, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao.